Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Kestler. In our current Middle Ages in the Society for Creative Anachronism, my name is Master Richard Attakirk the Rabbit. I am joined today by my compatriot in crime, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am David Clementi. In the SCA, I go by Fechtmeister Heinrich Lozier von Rostock.
Excellent. So yes, we are both Masters of Defense out of Atenveldt. What we are showing you today is we're going to do a little analysis of the fights in our Queen's Rapier tournament that happened on the 3rd, so just a couple days ago. Something to point out here, we are very much private individuals, and we do not represent the Kingdom of Atenveldt. We're doing this just to uh, have a look at some fights, see what we both have to offer. Actually, that kind of a little bit of good segue as far as what we have to offer. Myself, I go by Rabbit more often than not. I am very much a sport fighter. I have been playing the game since 2000 or so, in some form or fashion, and I've approached it as learn how to use a sword and go get the other guy. Not that I haven't picked things up from a historical focus, but very much come at things from the sport fighter point of view. So, Heinrich, what's your background?
I have been at this since 2004. The background I come from is more of a historic combat researcher and practitioner. Not that I haven't learned anything from sport fencing, because I most certainly have. But my primary focus has been period combat.
Good deal, good deal. So I think that we definitely balance each other out pretty well
Agreed.
as far as backgrounds and such like that. So before we get into it, I will do my best to identify the fighters. I think Heinrich has a little bit better memory when it comes to names and stuff like that. So we'll do our best on that front. But want to call out that we are very much doing this not in an effort to call anybody out for doing a bad thing or this and that. This is very much a analysis to try to help everybody, the fighters involved obviously, but everyone to improve. And very specifically, we are not calling out if we see a shot that might have been missed or something like that. By no means are we trying to shame anyone or do anything like that. Things happen in the fight, and sometimes from the outside point of view, it looks different than what it feels like. So if we comment on something that's in your fight, that say, oh, we might have missed something there, it is, please don't take it personally or as a personal slight or anything like that. This is purely in an effort to improve.
Right.
Um,
It is not our intent to slight or harm anyone with our comments. It is strictly for the gain of prowess across our kingdom.
Excellent. So yeah, at the end, please feel free to leave questions in the comment section as I'm going to put this up on YouTube. If you have our contact information, don't know if I want to blast it out there on YouTube, but you can find us on various Atenveldt social media pages, and we'll be happy to respond to you as we're able. So,
Absolutely.
oh, I forgot the tournament format. What this was, it mirrored our crown tournament, so it was a bracketed double elimination tournament. Very straightforward. The brackets were, I believe, put together randomly, so true random to start, and then our list did their thing, and we fought our matches. Um, that being said, let's just jump into it. Our first fight here, we've got Don Robert and Sir Cathal.
Yep.
Pretty
Uh,
straightforward there, I think.
yeah.
So just I think with the two swords that he's fighting, if you look there, it definitely not my favorite thing to do two swords in tournament, and he kind of got
Mine
caught
either.
out. Um, so if you see there, he threw a shot and he did nothing to guard himself. See how far out that sword is. Um, it's just way out there when it should still be in here somewhere. Um, much more easy to manage that kind of thing with a dagger or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Obviously, we don't have a good angle on where this tip might have landed, but it looks like he caught the guard on that. So not too much to say on that one. So we'll continue.
A little bit that first shot that Cathal throws that goes by his head. I mean, a little bit of point control would have turned that into a much faster fight.
Yeah, and he did a good job following up on with the second
Oh no,
shot.
absolutely. This follow up was fantastic. That
That was an opportunity there that Robert missed.
yeah.
So if we just, I can kind of do a little bit slow here. So look at that. Wow. So a little bit of extra point control on that as he tried to
Yep.
swing across. So look how close that got. He actually made a little bit of contact there and swiped off. I don't blame him for not feeling that. But yeah, just no forward motion to that and then just got caught. So,
Yeah.
um, things to work on your point control, even just poking at your hanging tennis ball in your garage. That kind of thing will help with that. And into this was best 2 out of 3 for every match. Obviously, I
Yes.
forgot to mention that. Something I want to call out here. Obviously, it's not a great angle, but looking at Sir Cathal's stance, while this fight does go his way, I think being a primarily buckler fighter myself, his buckler should be way out here. Notice how
I
it's
I
really
absolutely agree. And
it,
the reasoning is the further you put your buckler out, the greater area of defense that you actually get out of it.
exactly. So and think about it, with the two sword point of view right now. So he's fighting this. He is a knight of our kingdoms. Obviously, fights heavy. So this might be a carryover from his heavy experience. But if that buckler were to stay put and you come in at an angle here, there's angles there. There's angles there. If that buckler were way out here, both of
Oh yeah,
those are cut off, and you then
absolutely.
are almost protected entirely differently.
It changes the geometry, absolutely.
So buckler fighters, I definitely recommend get that farther out from your body. Bit of a leg. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Yep. I think Cathal is seeing something with Robert where he can go low and take those legs.
Yep, nice little throat shot there to end it.
Yep.
This is myself on the right, fighting Conrad.
Yep.
The things that we're looking for here, Conrad and I are both very quick fighters. Um, we're both trying to open up opportunities and seeing where things land. I guess I don't want to foreshadow any, but that's what I was gonna say. So he caught me big time.
Oh yeah.
So let's, if we can step forward,
This is
bam. So look at
this
that.
is such a beautiful shot. He covers his line and angles in his sword at the same time. He attacks and defends simultaneously on this.
So this is beautiful, absolutely beautiful single sword fighting. Um, Great job by Conrad on this shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as he called out, attacking while defending, perfect job. Fast forward a little bit. So that's why I actually caught the pause on that one. So I noticed what happened here is his guard dropped.
Yep.
So see how much lower his guard is here. So I just shot up over top of it.
Yeah.
Then, if I remember correctly, he catches me almost with the same thing he did the first time around.
Yeah. Absolutely. He's fighting that Meyer.
Kind of similar.
Yeah,
So
kind of similar. He went to cut off the line.
So I missed. Yeah, I missed, and he
Yeah.
took advantage of it.
Yep.
But great fight on his part, and something he
Yeah.
did. I want to point out. He left it placed.
He
That
did.
is a great thing to do in a moment where, especially, I stepped into it, obviously, but there is no question there of what happened. So something to keep in mind for fighters
Right.
when you're able to leave something placed and let your opponent know, hey, here it is. Do that. So great fight on Conrad's
So,
part.
right. If you can go back actually really quick on that last one to just before he launches that attack.
Yep, there it is. So I missed.
Yep.
He guarded it and recovered, so
Yep.
he's already got
Absolutely.
me offline.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
so notice my point is way off up over top of his head. He's
Yep.
already engaged me at his forte and is extending out with my blade stuck on his guard and
Yep.
just bam, I'm done. Great job by Conrad.
Oh yeah. Fantastic. Nice. All
All
right.
right.
And then this is Verity and my student, uh, Kadir.
Verity on the left and
Yep.
Kadir on the right. A little bit of a choppy there. That's something that can be worked on with some practice. So I want to point
She
out
is a
something
former
here.
armored combat fighter, and is pretty new to Rapier. So any choppiness is likely due to that.
Yeah, and it's when, it's not hard, it's not anything like that, so no
No.
problem. What I want to call out here is a couple things. So notice his buckler placement. Not against his chest.
Yep.
Maybe could be a little bit farther out this way from his body, but definitely like that. Looking at her guard, what do you see, Conrad or Heinrich here?
Yeah. I mean, it's low.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
she does have her point up to to get her blade to cover at least part of her body, but her hands are generally in alignment at about and from at least from what I can tell at the same plane, and that's not doing her really any service
Yeah,
by doing that. She's leaving her upper body almost entirely uncovered.
completely agree. So what I would like to see is her arm. Notice it's kind of at a downward angle right here with the dagger low. What I would prefer to see is the arm maybe at a little bit farther out. Oh, the blue on blue doesn't work very well, does it? That's fine. But
Not
with
really.
the dagger point definitely higher, and what that'll do is that'll cut off that center line for her a little bit.
Yep.
So just some thoughts there on the placement. Turn back on my pointer. There we go.
So I want to comment that Kadir's footwork is absolutely phenomenal. He stays on the balls of his feet. He lands on the balls of his feet. There's very martial arts attitude, and what a lot of the period masters actually talk about.
Nice. That was a
And
nice
that
little
is a
move.
really nice little beat, and then rise right up into the face.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it forced her to over recover, as it were,
Yep.
and yeah. So here we've got lordship,
Eric.
or yeah, he's an excellent lordship. So I call him the ship of
Yes.
excellence, is what we've been making fun of him. And oh god, I'm horrible with names.
And that is Lord Yonatan.
Lord, thank you.
Everyone calls him Panda.
All right, excellent. So something. So this is the kind of dagger I would have liked to see in that last fight. It's out there, angled up.
I agree.
He has a lower guard with his rapier, which works
Yeah,
for some people. It's not my preference, but
it's closer to a gunslinger that he's doing there with the lower guard. I mean his hand could be a little bit more forward in that lower guard, and I think that would be it would make his shots at least a little faster. Not that he needs it.
yeah. So
And
comparatively good.
yeah, comparatively, Panda has got his sword, his offhand sword tucked back into his body,
Yep.
and while it appears to be across his body for defense. I mean, because it's so close to his body, he's not got any time to react to any type of an attack if it comes in.
Yeah. And
Oh,
what
or wait,
I'm
actually, he's a lefty. So that other weapon is a dagger. I thought it was a
no,
brace of swords
yeah,
there, but
both daggers. What I'm seeing here is look how high that point is.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
That would be one of my arguments here, where Spool's point is right on. If Spools were to advance and he just were to, yeah, he can drop the point and come in, but if his point were just a little bit lower, I think he might have a little bit more success. He might change it in the fight. I haven't watched this fight yet, so we can see what happens, but those are just some immediate observations.
so
So
he's
now
fighting refused.
he did drop that point a little bit.
Yeah,
Now he's back to high. Oh, focusing on Spool's a little bit. I like Spool's placement there.
Yeah.
A little bit of conversation. So something to point out that we're seeing here: communication in the fight, excellent.
Oh yeah, no,
Something
absolutely. I love seeing communication.
I'm curious what happened there. So it looks like we got 2 arms called at the end of the day there. So let's see. So he's calling. Looks like just missed the tip perhaps, while that's landing kind of an armpit area.
Uh,
So again, not trying to call anybody out. So things happen in the fight that might just be
sure.
cloth for all I know.
It
And
might actually just be cloth. The way that the tip flings off of that, that's cloth.
yeah, so and then we kind of reset. Do we continue the fight? No, everybody
There is a
backs
little
up.
bit of a draw on it on the way out, which is really good work by Eric.
Yes, actually, that's a great
And
point. Keeping that pressure as you pull back
yeah,
out, excellent.
yep, that's what actually got the arm. That action where he got the cloth, it doesn't look like it stuck any of his flesh.
Yeah,
It looked like it was just cloth ricocheted off, but as he was coming out, he made that draw cut, which
and it
was
looks like that's the
very
shot he.
nice.
Yeah, it looks like that's the shot he took. I didn't see an arm over here, but
So this right here is Eric
oh, there he goes. Okay, he was
just
being
being
honorable. Got it.
chivalrous.
Excellent,
He was being
excellent.
honorable, but decided it's in his best interest
And
to
perfectly fight.
pull
This is
that dagger
our
out.
yeah, and that
Oh
was
yeah,
a pretty straightforward shot there.
very nice
Perfectly
shot.
fine. Changed his mind in the fight. No problem.
Yep.
Fast forward a little bit. There we go. He's changing up his stance a little bit. Panda's got that dagger off point. I don't like that.
No, don't like that either. That is a good leg though. No
Oh,
death.
that was a
Okay.
dead. That was a
Yeah,
nice
that was a
nice
dead.
center shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
nice
yeah.
center shot.
Really
While Eric.
nice. At best, Eric got his leg.
So that's an argument for raising that point. I think of Eric's
I
stance.
agree.
If he
Absolutely.
if he were to have that point just resting higher,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It
just
could
a
have been a
difference
double.
there.
Yeah. It looks like Eric went to make the defense with the dagger, but moved too soon.
Yeah. Fast forward. You have to, those in YouTube land, excuse my scrolling. You know, they're probably a little bit jarring as I jump through some of this dead space.
I see.
He's
There's
got
that
that
weird
point a little
off
bit
angle on
higher
that
now.
dagger. Yeah, he does.
And he dropped it back down. Okay. So yeah, I think overall, if I were to have some comments for Spools, His Excellency Eric here, I would raise that sword and raise that dagger slightly. That would cut off a lot of angles to his upper body.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. He is leaving his upper body pretty open. The comments I would have for Yonatan would be to bring the point of that dagger out. I like that he's got his dagger up and the sword down. He could essentially just create that pyramid with the two that would cut off an awful lot of angles and stuff like that.
Yep, that's a great point that we were talking about earlier. Keeping them on different planes when you have 2 weapons. So he's got one hand here, and we're definitely looking at him side on. So you're not going to get a single. So if Spools were to try to sweep around, it's going to be challenging for him to capture both blades. So yeah,
Agreed.
great point there. Looking for some shots. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think at the end there. Yeah. So he took the victory there. So pretty straightforward. Just have another quick look at it. That center shot there. Again, coming
Yeah.
over on the arm. I point at my
Yep.
screen like everybody can see it.
Oh yeah. Right. No,
So
absolutely.
yeah, landing there on the outside of the arm versus inside. Yeah, good job. Good fight
Yep.
overall.
Yep. Yeah, Panda did a really good job of taking that high line coming in and using it to his advantage.
All right, so here, you have to help me out with names again. I'm horrible.
Yes. Okay. So on the left we have Verity again, and on the right we have Halima.
Excellent. So again, this here, so compare to the last fight with the stances, right? So now we've got the two swords or the two weapons, very
Hmm.
similar plane.
They
We
are
want
very
to
similar plane.
we want to
The
try to
the
avoid that.
the points though are on different planes. It appears,
Yeah,
which if you're going to put them both on the same plane, then I mean that's not that bad because you'd have to get them real close to get both of them.
true, true.
I want to say Verity's footwork is pretty good too. I like the nice small incremental steps.
Yep.
I like that she
So,
comes down on the balls of her feet.
but looking at that engagement a little bit here, um, yeah. So she just didn't maintain control of that sword as she came in. She's not doing anything with her dagger. So if you watch, her dagger just kind of stays put as she walks in and walks right into a point.
Yep.
Be active with your dagger defense, guys.
Yep. Absolutely. Just takes practice.
Fast forwarding a little bit. Yep, don't play in the dirt, Alphonse. Thank you to Lady Gwenhild for the extra recording while I was fighting myself.
Hmm.
Same deal. Exact same thing
Yep.
happened there. I think
Oh
that
yeah.
ended up being a double, but just not active defense with a dagger on both sides there. All right, so this is myself and Finley.
Yep.
Um, I wanted to try something different and do something. So I started playing around with Cloak. Finley using a sword and dagger. Let's play through this here. I'll be the first one to admit I have no idea what I'm doing with Cloak. Um, So what I did there, well, let's kind of step through it. What I did, I'm throwing it up in the face. I'm kind of blocking vision of what I'm doing with my sword hand. The angle here isn't great, but I'm very much a distracting kind of thing is what I had in my mind, and then I threw right behind it.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yep. And Finley didn't really even see it coming at that point.
yeah,
Uh, they didn't seem to really have time to react as well as they could have.
yep. Fast forward, fast forward. A similar idea. I'm just kind of being silly, I guess. Oh, okay, I guess I jumped the gun a little bit. Trying to sweep with the cloak a little bit.
So I
So,
do like Finley's actions with the sword. The two quick cuts in the air.
I
Yeah, if you back up a little bit, uh,
yeah,
uh, yeah, they make really good quick cuts, and the fact that they turn their hand as they're doing it is really nice. Yeah, right there.
yeah,
Those
nice
two
recovery.
cuts. Yeah, nice recovery, and to try to clear everything out of the area. I mean, you're throwing that cloak around really well, and that clearing action with her sword is kind of useful.
So my comment on here, this is actually kind of fortuitous. So notice that she's way, I'm sorry, they are way out here,
Yes,
and you, you don't want to be. This is zero usefulness out here, right? Now this is a
agreed.
great defense with the dagger, but try your best when you're doing any kind of recovery to make the smallest motions as possible. This big motion like this, not going to do you any favors.
Right, it is kind of a waste of energy.
So this was a shot that happened. I'm sorry, they were trying to acknowledge a shot. They saw or felt something. Let's back up a little bit. Long story short, I didn't want that shot to be acknowledged. It was flat.
I like the distracting movements with the cloak.
So again, very inexperienced with it. On that, again, it was a very similar thing to what I did, where just popping it out there
Yeah.
and throwing at the leg in that instance. So on here, what I think I was doing, I think I was trying to drop it onto the sword to drop her guard a little bit and make it
So I
just
have
getting the
actually have a
sword out of the way.
I have a comment here as well. I've noticed that in the process of you getting into range, you've pulled your sword back to where the guard is close to your body to lie about your range,
That's
which
exactly
is
why I do
really
that.
nice.
That's
Which
exactly
is
why
really
I do that.
nice.
Fighting against cloaks, guys. Poke at that hand.
Oh
Poke
yeah.
at that hand. It is
Oh
not
yeah.
protected. If you
Nope.
land a poke on that when someone like me is just being dumb and flailing it out there, you completely will get rid of that defensive device. Poke at that hand, guys, if it's a safe shot.
Yeah. See, there it is. The sword coming back towards the body to give yourself more range. Nice
Yeah,
shot.
then just a straight in shot.
Yep. Fast hands. No tell.
Yeah, Finley did a great job in that.
They did. They did a
Yeah,
fantastic job.
yeah. Back here, His Excellency Spools, and
And Percival.
Percival. Sorry.
Yes.
Now look at this. Spools is fighting completely different than how he was before.
Yeah.
Look at that dagger placement. So much better. So something got him. Look at that higher guard. It might be because he's taller. I'm not sure, but this is much better. I like this a whole lot better.
Right. I feel
Now,
like I feel like Percival could put his dagger out just a little bit more.
I was,
Um,
yep, I was just about to ask opinions there because I think he could be out a little bit farther and that point down slightly.
yep, absolutely. I do like him coming over the top with the attack like that, though.
Yep, yep.
Uh,
Reposition.
yep.
Great angle. Okay, let's look at this.
Yeah.
What do you think of this defense?
I think his sword tip is too high. If his sword was more on line, pointed, say, at the throat,
Okay.
I think it would be okay. He does have the dagger across his body, which is nice. I think the dagger could come out more. Same as the buckler. If you put the dagger out further, it gives you more time to react to an attack.
Very much so. So look at the difference, and you can kind of see it looking over Spool's shoulder here. Look how
Yeah.
his is a little bit more angled, right?
Oh
That's
yeah.
going to cut off that drop shot, where
Yep.
if he were to try to drop in that point, Eric would then be able to slap it away that way pretty quickly, right?
Oh yeah.
Versus this right here, this is very straight up and down. Look at this giant gap.
Hmm.
That is all I'm seeing right here is this giant gap. I would be firing into that gap and gumming out, trying to bat away the rapier with his dagger and firing into that gap. Because at best, his opportunity is going to be able to knock it down, and at worst, I might get a leg. So I love fighting against a gap like that.
Oh yeah.
So drop that dagger, point down, bring it out a little bit, and that'll cut off that center line, I think, for him.
Agreed. So if you want to pause there for a second, so Spools, in an attempt to bat away his sword, uh, could have put his knuckles into it as opposed to using the flat of his blade. If he had used the edge, it would have been a lot more effective.
Yeah,
Uh,
he kind of did something and then did nothing with it.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Because now look at how he's reacted. He's way up and down. He should
Oh
be
yeah.
attacking right now. Absolutely attacking right now.
Oh yeah. Percival has got a lot of range.
Yeah, and it looks like he just utilized that range. I saw a sword
Oh
bend
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. Right in the head. He
yeah,
knows how to use his range really well, and he brings that dagger down to cover his body, even though at best Eric's going to get a leg.
so that's a beautiful shot on Percival's part.
Oh yeah.
Just took advantage of what was happening. He saw Eric take that a little bit of a tell step forward,
Yep.
and just reached over top, tagged in the face while a nice defense. At worst, he's going to get legged here, and that's a nice kill for Percival.
Oh yeah.
Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. That high guard, don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, points are you point your point at your opponent for a reason.
Okay, there we
There
go.
we
We
go. See,
fixed
now
it.
that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
He could bring the point of the dagger closer to his sword a little bit. And there's not that's not bad.
No,
Maybe
here I have very little to comment on.
yeah,
Maybe drop the point of the sword a little bit, bring
yep,
the arm out slightly. That's nitpicking. This is much,
yeah.
yeah.
That is much better than where he was at before. Good
Nice touch on
defense.
the hand.
Yep. Good defense with the dagger as well. Eric is wasting a lot of energy right there
Yeah.
by moving his wrist around like that.
So think about when Eric has gained a significant advantage here, right?
He has.
How, off the top of your head, how do you defeat this?
How do I defeat
So,
the advantage?
how do you do? Yeah, well, both sides, I guess. So
Sure.
for me, in Spool's position, reach out with that dagger,
Oh yeah,
engage,
no, absolutely.
bat away while throwing in a quick thrust. That's off
I
the
mean,
top of my head.
I might even reach out with the sword, take the sword out of play with my sword, and come in with the dagger.
See, and that's a great counterpoint to how I play. So I play very much at my range game point, whereas that's almost a more guaranteed way to
You're right.
take the victory here. If he were
The
to run up, engage the swords, right?
mhm.
Completely run into him, maintain that contact of swords, and then he's got dagger all day long.
Right. Another option is he could take a page out of Saviolo, and he could take the sword out of play with his sword, transfer it to his dagger, and then kill him with the sword.
That's more movement than I like. I like it.
It is more movement, but you know what? It looks fantastic.
And looks matter. Looks matter.
They
On
do.
the other side of the equation, how I would defeat this advantage, especially I'm right-handed, so I assume it's same for this
Agreed.
gentleman here. I would be counter shooting. I would be waiting for motion and throwing the second I see motion.
Yep.
Um,
And I would, if I were him, I would use my superior range.
yep, yep. And Spools did exactly what I
Yep.
had hoped would happen.
Yep.
Fast forward. I keep mentioning Spools. That's his nickname. Sorry, it's Excellency Eric, or His
Yes.
Excellency. Yeah. Yeah, he almost got caught doing something dumb there.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice shot.
Hell yeah.
Take a quick look at that one. So he came in, nice parry, over the top and in, bam.
Yep. Bam. Right
Yeah,
there. Very nice.
just great dagger defense on that.
Yep. And
He
it's really good work on the sword as well. I mean, he moves his sword, disengages, comes all the way around his dagger, and puts the point on.
yeah. So just he actually got it
Good
out
defense.
just in time,
Oh yeah,
but
good
got it
defense.
out and then comes back in over top. That
Yep.
was actually a really wide point that came back in, but hey, at the end of the day, it worked. We landed it.
So the stagger in the time sometimes coming out with the blade and taking a little bit more time will force a defense that misses. So I mean, I'm not going to argue with how wide of a disengage he took on that.
So this right here, look how extended and far out that
Oh yeah,
dagger is. That is
it is really
exactly what we
nice.
were talking about.
Oh
Fully
yeah,
extended. He's cutting off as much of the
yep,
outside angle as possible,
yep.
and yeah, just
Gave himself plenty of time to make the defense.
completely nullifies that attack. Great job.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this we've got Juliana and
Halima.
Lema. Nice follow up. That was kind of similar to what you were just talking about with
Yeah,
tying up the
absolutely.
sword and then coming in with the
Yep,
dagger.
yep,
So Halema had just a slower reaction.
yep.
Um, if our game was a two tempo game, would have been a double. It's not.
No, that is definitely a dagger point on first.
Oh,
That
looks like she
was
might be
really
taking.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was really good second effort on that defense because she knocked the sword to one side and then came around and
Yeah.
put her sword on the other side to block it down, which was really nice.
So pointing out this difference in defense here, this is very interesting and an interesting problem when I fight fencers doing this. The different elevations here. So the
Oh
high
yeah.
dagger, that's very interesting problem to work through. Like that. Is that a function of a specific master? Or what is that? Do you know?
I mean, I've seen it a lot with two swords fighting Florentine, and with some dagger work, Fabris. You get a lot wider spreads and further with your hands further apart.
Okay.
Uh,
I like Helena's defense there.
yeah, it's good.
Sword's a little high. Yeah, straight in. Fast forward. Trying to cut out as much dead time here, guys. Sorry for the scrolling sometimes.
So I do like the fact that both of them use passing footwork.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's it's quick and efficient, and it makes it easier to move in.
Not sure what happened on that one. Okay, I think yeah, it was just a
It's,
little messy, but we kind of just got tied up. I think that was that last touch
yep,
there is what happened. So we're
yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of on the outside.
Comes
Juliana's
in, kind of
maintaining the
flaps
center
about,
line. Yeah, and then that last little
and then
cut.
yep, yep.
Hey, we've got Duncan and oh my gosh, I'm horrible.
Cathal.
Cathal. So this is a better angle looking at Cathal. So this is what I was talking about previously, where this is a heavy fighter's guard. Look, the buckler is literally on his
On
mask.
his chin, yeah. Oh yeah.
I love fighting against this because I can just pop in here all day long. I can pop in
I
up
mean,
top all
oh
day
yeah,
long.
oh yeah.
That buckler needs to be if his body stays exactly where he is in frame, that buckler needs to be way out here.
Right.
Um,
If his buckler were out further, I would be okay. I mean, his form looks good. He could angle his front foot to where his toe is pointed more towards his opponent, but I mean, yeah, other than his toe and that buckler, I mean, it's pretty decent form.
yeah.
I mean, he's got that point pointed right at Duncan's face.
So for Duncan's side here, with his dagger being on the defensive side of his opponent, I would like to see him be tying that sword up, sword to sword, and
Oh
just
yeah, no,
coming
absolutely,
in
yeah.
with that dagger.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you can tie up his sword, that gives you all day essentially.
But yeah, he did what he did. I mean, pretty straightforward, simple shot. He just stayed at
Yeah,
range and
yep.
didn't utilize that dagger. Fast forward a little bit. So now
That's a little bit better.
this is so that's exactly what I was gonna say. Dagger's way out there. I like
Oh
it.
yeah,
Sword's back, very nice.
yep.
But he needs to utilize it. It's on the wrong side for him to do much with. Now Duncan's a left-handed fighter, I believe,
Oh
so
yeah,
he's got his sword in his left
uh,
hand, so that kind of makes sense.
yep.
But he needs to take that strength with dagger versus buckler and sword on sword on the left side of the fight.
hmm
Tie that up and get in.
Again, from the Saviolo standpoint, if taking a page out of Saviolo, if he could scoop that sword across Cathal's body with a sword and just pick it up with the dagger,
Yeah,
that would give him plenty to do with the sword. So
a bit of a reset there. Not sure
a
what
little bit.
happened.
Yeah, got him pushed back against the barrier.
So
It's hard to
just
see that one
my argument for this
right
is, I
there.
mean, yeah, it's right there. It's a nice center shot. My argument against this is just it's a very inactive fight on Duncan's part.
Agreed.
He's standing, not throwing shots. He's letting himself be picked apart.
Right.
So my argument for Duncan on that front: be active, just be active. So this we've got Arion the Falcon, Facing Panda.
Yep.
Um, Spoiler alert: Arion took the day. Beautiful shot,
Oh yeah.
absolutely beautiful shot.
I
Right
mean,
up,
not
just
just from the sports angle. That is just an absolute perfect shot in range. Panda started leaning forward and just took it.
so. I think this is the first time I've seen a strapped shield in a rapier tournament. I would
I've
argue this is going to be the weakness of it.
It's a pretty large shield, though. So what it makes lacks in mobility and range that you can put it out there, it kind of makes up for with its size.
Yep. Okay.
Although that is a beautiful shot.
Oh, that was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
So
So
now,
if you pause right there, so Arion until recently used to hold that dagger up alongside his head, basically his arm extended and up on the same line as his head. And I know after you and I had a recent discussion with him, he's changed the way that he does that and has brought it down
he's
uh,
yeah he's
to
changed.
his to great benefit.
Yeah, he's stopped doing a couple things that were not benefiting him. He was doing some
Yep.
things. So this is actually a good note that I think all fighters, of various levels, if something works against, let's say, the lowest common denominator fighter, if something works on a new fighter or a lower tier fighter, less experienced, but you do it all the time, you're gonna fall into a habit of doing it against experienced fighters.
Yeah.
And that's what
Absolutely.
Arion started to do, and he was doing things all the time. He would wave his dagger around low,
Yeah.
trying to
Uh
get
huh.
people to bite. He would wave it around up high, trying to get people, and it just, I would love when he did it because I would just poke
Oh,
him
me
all day
too.
long. And we called him out on it, and then he fixed those problems, and, well,
Oh
he
yeah.
fixed those problems. He's still waving a little bit there, but that's fine.
Yeah. Nice cut. Good
Yeah,
defense.
nice cut on the outside.
Yep.
Fast forwarding. Here we go. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about there. That
Yeah.
little wiggle that
There's
has no purpose.
Yeah, there's that wave again. I think it's just a subconscious for him at this point.
Nice little shot over top.
Yep.
So this is myself and Juliana. She
Yep.
wanted to match me on close. So this is what I was talking about before, guys. Poke at that hand. It is
Yep.
way out there.
Poke at the hand.
Closest target. Knock that crap out of there. It's kind of hard to comment a little bit. Um, well, I guess we can look at that. But so I'm missing a shot. She should be
Yep.
taking advantage when I miss like that. And she started to, and I flinged that up, and you can kind of see what happened. I got the
Oh yeah.
cloak guard up, and she blocked her own vision here. But that's a thing that can happen with cloaks, and I got the leg into it.
Yep.
So again, I've got
Uh,
inside info on this fight since it's me there on the left. Um, so I can tell you what, if we can get a good angle here, and we'll pause. Okay, so what I'm seeing, again, I'm seeing that hand. I want to tag that hand. If
huh.
I can get rid of that cloak and not be there. I'm also noticing, I guess, kind of spoiler alert. I'm seeing that her open swept hilt there, it is just point sized, and I can drop my point in that guard looking for a hand. So those are the closest targets that I'm seeing, because if you notice, she's really closed off in center. There's not too much in the
Oh
way
yeah.
of targets. So I'm starting to look at what is my closest target that I can hit.
Yep. The hands. Hands are the closest target.
And there we go.
Yep.
And now I'm looking at the other one. I should have attacked there, and I didn't.
Yep, yep, that was a missed opportunity.
So now, from her side, how? So why don't you talk about that from your side? How does someone in a disadvantaged position like that overcome this?
Patience, patience. Uh, Possibly doing your best to keep her point out of the cloak would certainly be one method. Uh, but she's doing a good job of taking away most of her body. The only thing that she's giving up really is the hand
Yeah.
through that grip. That's all she's giving you. So that's that's what you're gonna have to focus on.
Yep. Yeah, and she had a great center guard, and that's why I was
Yep,
just going for the
great center
hands.
guard, absolutely.
So again, poking
And
at that hand.
I like as soon as she loses that cloak, she just comes at you. Is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so that's
Good defense on that hand.
look at that. So as soon as she lost that advantage, she comes in. So I land the
Oh
tip,
yeah.
and while I'm still recovering,
Oh
she's
yeah.
coming.
Oh yeah.
Like that very much. Like that
Oh
very much.
yeah.
And look how
That is.
high my point is. That's horrible.
Yep.
Horrible.
She drove you to put that point up there. If she had just pressed a little bit longer, that would have probably been the end of you right there.
Yep.
Nice slip of
So
the leg.
I kind of want to point out my stance here. So I'm kind of floating. I'm kind of floating in between where my point's landing. So this is too high for me. I can
It
even
is.
acknowledge that. But
Yep.
I'm floating. I like to keep my tip pointed generally at my opponent's neck to my opponent's groin. Somewhere in
Yep.
there is where I want to keep my point.
Right.
Um,
She's doing a
and
really good job of keeping her point aligned with your body. Like she's got a plan.
yeah, yeah, I'm really high for some reason in that, and that was just
That was if you hadn't gotten her, that would have been a terrible shot.
yeah. She landed yeah right on the upper thigh.
Yep.
But as she came in, I saw what it was. I swept underneath, and just threw that point out, so she was no longer online. Kind of similar to what Conrad did to me a little bit earlier, except on the
Yeah.
opposite side of the fight. Um, and just yeah, landed that center shot, and she were
Oh
able
yeah.
to come back around.
Oh yeah. And here we have
Oh,
Percival and Duncan.
all
And
right,
that
so
was a really fast.
yeah, I started videoing in the middle of this one, so we'll pop into it. So we'll just go it slow. Nice parry to the
Good
outside.
good
Beautiful
parry to the outside.
recovery.
Oh yeah.
So now Duncan,
Nice recovery.
he got. I know the thing. I've told Duncan. I know he's faster than how he fights. If he were to extend into that just ever so slightly faster, that would have maybe at least been a double for him.
Yep.
Oh, he did
Oh,
call
it
it
was a
double.
double. It was a double.
Okay. Starting in that high guard, that's a bad habit. Drops it in as he comes in, but
Duncan is doing a good job of keeping that sword point pointed at his opponent, which is good.
that's interesting.
Uh,
I'm curious what happened there. Yeah, so this is so just shot recognition can be challenging in the moment, right?
I think that's
Um,
on the guard, man.
oh, is it on his dagger?
Yeah, that's on the guard.
You are absolutely right.
Yep.
Absolutely right.
That's why you get that sharp shockwave right through the sword like that, is because it was right on the guard.
From the yeah, I thought it was on. You're absolutely right. I thought it was
Yep.
landing on his shoulder. Absolutely right. That
Some
one was
some
close. I'm curious.
interesting patience.
So see, and his dagger's
Yep.
back, not doing anything. Looks like just cloth. Yeah, you can see the amount of the cloth move there.
Oh yep. Yep.
And
And there's
Duncan's
some arm.
point just missed.
Yep. There looks like there's some draw maybe. No, that's a lot of flat.
pretty sloppy. I didn't see anything good there. He felt something on the
Oh,
dagger
there
hand.
might. Yep. Felt something on the dagger hand. So
Good follow up. Good
good
follow up.
follow up. Good blade work. Nice job on cutting off the angle.
Fast forward while we stand looking at each other. Here we go. I'm gonna fast forward some more. Okay, there we go. Now we're fighting. Maybe, possibly. We're being very careful. Being careful in a fight is perfectly fine.
It
But
is. It's entirely legitimate.
yeah,
It's entirely legit.
good double tap. I like that.
Yep. Feeling it out.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think both of their dagger positioning is better than a lot.
Well, Duncan's getting a lot of screen time here.
He is. He's getting a lot of screen time.
So I want to point out the slight differences in their guards.
Yeah.
So I actually prefer Duncan's guard here.
Arion's a little high.
And that's the only thing. If Arion's point were a little bit lower, I would like it. And alternatively, Duncan's could be a little bit higher too.
I could.
But this is, I think, is a like you could take a picture of this.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, this is really nice.
Yeah, very nice.
I
very
agree.
Nice.
So that right there, if you go back to where he reaches out with his sword and just throws the flat of his sword against Arion's sword.
Yeah.
If he had turned his hand over and come at it with the strength, he might have gotten some movement out of Arion's sword.
You know, he needs to immediately follow up with a thrust. Got a little bit of a smacky going on. So that's a good. So if something lands percussive, guys, it can turn into a draw. Yeah, yep. And he called it correctly.
And that was really good body void by Arion to move his head out of the way.
And I think that one landed. Or wait, did it land? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, okay, it did.
Yep, it did. It landed.
Nice recognition then.
Good talking.
Yeah, communication in the fight, excellent.
I'm really happy with the level of communication throughout the tournament.
This I don't like from Arion.
Yeah, we've discussed about him putting his dagger up there like that, and that angle. It's not doing him any good, really.
Yeah, and Duncan is almost he raised his dagger to match, but there's no reason to. There's really
not really. Not. I mean, all it does is opens up that sweet inside low line.
Yep. And he got caught in the center.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward.
Yep.
You know what? That second one they might have washed, because this is now the third fight, and that was 2 Arion wins, so they must have washed that thrust. Fast forward a little bit. Much better stance from Arion. Still a little low with the dagger, but it works. Duncan's looking nice there. Nice sweep of the leg.
Yep. Good.
That's something that I utilize occasionally. Let's take a quick look at that. So it's pretty straightforward. He's guarding. He went around the blade, so this is kind of unique to fighting a lefty. And then just kind of sweeping.
Good. Got his dagger on it, on the sword, and was able to come around and sweep.
Yep.
That was very nicely done. Good draw.
So I guess looking at it from the other side for Duncan, let's take another look at it. So if he got smacked at, no, he's on the inside. So Duncan just should have extended into his body.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so just a straight shot.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yep, just straight in.
Yeah, just straight in.
And it's a good trade for him.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. From a sport from the sport aspect, I mean, if that sword's going to come down low, then you should just come in and jump in.
Yep.
Talkie. Good stuff.
Yep. I like Duncan's defense.
Yep, it's good. He's got stuff closed down. His point,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
a
his point
little
is
high
fine.
here, and he almost died
Just a
because of it.
touch,
Yeah.
just a touch high, but I mean it's fine because Arion's got to come in
Oh,
anyways.
straight
That is a
into the
great
face.
shot by Arion.
Yep.
That is a really good shot by Arion. Here we have Juliana and Percival. Juliana is using some patient footwork. I like the gathering step.
Yeah. There you go. There's the better guard for cloth on the arm.
Cloth, yep. Cloth
Yeah.
on the arm.
And then just nice shot for her.
Oh yeah, that is a really good job of taking advantage of a missed shot, basically.
Yep. He starts with that high guard. Don't
Yeah,
like it.
he's I mean it's if it's his intent to lie about his range, then I can understand his desire to do it, but he's always doing it. He can find some other way to lie, make that lie. Good dagger work by
Yeah.
Juliana.
Great job.
Really
Let's take a
good dagger work.
So just watch how she
Yeah,
maintains that connection.
she locks it into the key ends. He tries pulling it out of the key ends and then goes right back into the key ends. That is just phenomenal dagger work right
Yeah,
there.
great defense. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
kind of defense we want to see coming out from the daggers.
absolutely. This is Miana and Spools or Eric.
I like me on his guard. A little
I love
straightforward.
Miana's guard.
I might,
It's
if I
go
were to
ahead.
nitpick, I would bring her arm out slightly.
Maybe. I think it's a good guard. She's got the inside line shut down. It is exposing a little bit of the outside of her dagger arm.
Arm for an arm there.
Nope, they're talking. They're talking. Looks like.
Oh, okay, he's taking back his shot.
Nope.
Okay, good deal.
Yep.
And good job on her for taking something that might have been questionable. That's always the best way to go. Always.
No, absolutely. It is always the best way to go. I like that she's being real aggressive with her dagger.
Yes.
I mean, real aggressive with the dagger.
Forcing your opponent to do something. Yeah, she just got caught a little bit. What she could have done there instead is she just could have kept advancing into him. He's quick.
Yes.
I'm going backwards, not forwards. Let's see. Okay, she retreated with her sword too much. Extend that sword out, maintain that connection, and she's got her dagger out there already. Make connection with that dagger.
So nope, absolutely. You're absolutely right.
Look, so her sword arm is backing off when she should be extending into it and walking in with a dagger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Missed opportunity, and Eric took advantage of it.
Yep. I mean, it was a really good form by both of them. I mean, it's a missed opportunity by her. Her dagger work was just on point, though.
Yep. I love her stance. Looks great.
Her stance is so good. It's forward. I like that her back is straight, even though she's bent forward. It's really outstanding. It's a very aggressive stance. Now, and it is really good at putting off your opponent.
Yeah. Now fighting against this, I'm seeing that giant open hand right there.
Oh no, absolutely.
Look at that. Look at that. Just drop that point in. Boop.
Yep.
Boop.
Yep.
Boop. Oh yeah. At least try. It's very little effort to try. Like at least once, right? Oh yeah, she got caught with too big a movement there. Too big of a movement. So
yeah, he just came in, dropped the sword in.
Yeah.
Yeah, failed to connect properly with the dagger.
And nice little touch by him.
Yep.
Great job there.
Yep. Good job, both of them.
So now we got Conrad and Kadir.
Yes, absolutely. Conrad and Kadir.
So this is interesting. Look at the buckler placement. Now, for my style, this doesn't work. But the way he fights low, he fights compact, and he's guarding that head. with a sword, he's got his guard low and sword high, so he's actually covering that center line very well.
He
So it's a
is.
little bit deceiving. You would think that's open, but it's not as much as you would think.
Right. So he is fighting straight up Meyer. Right out of the books, putting his his buckler up high, keeping the center line shut down with his sword. I mean, that it's really good form. I love the passing footwork.
Was interesting. What happened there? Let's see. So lots of blade right over the head.
Yep.
Kadir gains
Defends over the
control.
head. Comes down, changes into Ox. And it looks like maybe
Kadir's
Kadir
yes.
runs it right into his leg.
Well, Kadir just got landed the center thrust.
Yep.
Yeah, while Conrad landed the leg. And this nice pull. That's a great job there. Landing that
Oh yeah.
thrust, keeping it there, and pulling it back for that draw.
Yep.
Yeah, good call.
Yep.
Good communication.
Excellent communication. Again, the level of communication in this tournament was better than I have seen in a very long time. So
Kadir's
if you can stop
stance.
right here,
Yeah.
Kadir likes to lean to the left, and which shuts down the shoulder over and around the buckler, but presents his elbow. And I know that he does it because it's an invitation. He wants someone to come in and take that shot at his elbow, so he can just adjust his body, which puts the elbow right behind the buckler. Then he can come in and create an opening of his own. The 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 uh, the downside to this is Conrad's not going to go for it.
Yeah, and my like seeing it him like looking at this, what I see as a potential opponent is he is already fully extended. This is his range, and I know
No,
exactly like
what you're seeing is his hand is put. There's still room that he can go.
yeah, but not as much as
Yeah, I mean
like
it's not as much as what Conrad's got right now.
yeah, and that's my thing. But overall this is picture perfect right here. I like this
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
yep.
Dropping that point down low, kind of okay. Looks like both contact there, maybe. Take a look at that. Nice buckler.
Yep.
And looks like
Nice shot.
oh
Good
Conrad landed it first.
redirection.
Yeah.
Good redirection of his point. Uh, Simply by just dropping his hand a little bit.
Yeah, and Kadir had good follow through even though the point
He
was
did.
already landed.
Yep.
So yeah, good overall. And good recognition too. Good job,
Oh
Kadir.
yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I like that this one went 3.
Having a
Oh,
little
he's
bit of
going for
fun
that
here.
wide guard. Yep. Oh yeah. Now this is just fun. He's crabbing it up. And there goes Her Majesty.
There was something there. Interesting.
Yeah, back it up a little bit.
Let's see. Huh.
Right past his face. Oh, got him coming. Looks like he got him coming around, like cut the wrist.
There it is.
Yep. A quick cut of
Oh,
the wrist.
yeah, little touch right there. That's
Yep,
what it
little
looks
touch of
like.
the wrist. Yep,
And it looks like
nicely
Kadir
done.
missed a similar fate by inches.
Yeah, good buckler work. I gotta
Gotta
say
push that.
I gotta say that Conrad's form is just absolutely beautiful.
Look at that flat blade.
Yep.
Look at that flat
So
blade.
so flat on the shoulder.
Well, I'm looking at Kadir's.
Oh, both of them. Both of them are just absolutely flat.
Ah, well,
Oh
no.
yeah.
Look at his orientation here. Look at the keying.
Uh, I don't know. It's hard to say. Tell if that's on his shoulder. No, that was past his. That went past. That didn't touch the mask or the face or anything.
Does he turn it? Okay, now, well, he's on. Well, the buckler's technically not there.
Buckler's on it.
Well, the
There we are.
buckler's a dead arm though.
Yeah, Buckler's a dead arm, and there's the cut.
Okay, he turned it in the end, and he's lucky he
He
did.
did.
Well, whatever they called at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's taking that headshot.
Yeah. Okay. It didn't look like it connected, but again, we're looking at video and
Yeah,
it's
for
hard
sure.
to tell.
And it, as we mentioned, it's always better to take a questionable than.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah. Did he land it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Kept control of his blade, moved his body out of the way.
Now Kadir, he did good. I think he's either real close or is there. He needed to drop that buckler.
Yep.
Oops. So I'm not sure what they call here. Let's see. Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Okay. He gave it
And
to Kadir
here
on that
we've
one.
got Panda / Jonathan and Kadir again. We're getting a lot of Kadir right now, so.
Yes, this is later in the tournament. I tried to get most of it in line. So good communication. We can
Again,
take a couple
great communication.
quick look. See, so we're
That's some good defense. I like the Molinet around.
barely
That
miss.
That miss. That's gotta hurt. That miss.
And he lands.
Trying to come in with that cut.
Percussive.
Yep.
He needs to pull it, land it, and pull it. Okay.
He might have come down point.
This is where the question was. Does he do... Okay, so Kadir got his point in. And
Yeah, there we are.
Panda doesn't quite make it.
Panda might have an arm.
Yeah.
Might. If it touched it, looked like it might have just barely the edge of his blunt rolled in there. So I like the stringering. Kadir could do a better job of putting more of his sword. Well, that was just a bad exchange for Panda right there.
So I don't like that Panda's he's fighting so close.
I mean, so Panda's got a shorter reach than Kadir does there. And so he has to kind of cheat and move in and fight closer.
Okay, fair enough.
I know something you do not know.
Yes, Rabbit, you do.
Yeah, we get the commentary on the day in the background.
Yep, absolutely.
We have a lot of fun with this. This was a great day.
Oh, it was. It was an absolutely fantastic day. Again, I really like Kadir's footwork. It's pretty fantastic. His blade work is really good here.
This does look very good. I like his stance. I would bring the buckler a little bit farther out. But really, very little complaint here. I also have very little complaint on Panda's side. Nice. I mean, he's nice. He's got lots of reach that he can play with there. I like both of the fighters here.
I agree. Panda's wasting a little bit of energy by rocking back and forth. But I mean, I really don't have much complaint about it. And again, bad exchange. He went for the leg.
Right over top. That was good.
Yep.
This is first time seeing Gall, I believe.
Yep, and the first time seeing Emma. Yep. Lady Emma Nope. I just love her last name. Nope.
Playing with that scimitar. Like it a lot. Nice
I love
work.
Yeah, both of them. I love both of those bucklers so much.
But
Gall,
looking at
nice
her,
incremental footwork.
this is doing nothing out here like that. Need to bring that point in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little touch.
Little false edge.
Yeah, okay. Good
Double.
call.
Yep.
Good call.
Little false edge. I think Emma could use a little bit better intention with her parries.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring the knuckles in just a touch. Would help stiffen up that sword and make her parries a bit more successful. It was a nice quick shot by Gall.
Yeah, she's got some
Good
great buckler
defense.
work.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Nice little
consider
touch.
nice little touch.
Take a
Gall is a
quick look at that.
master at taking that leg.
Look where her sword is. It's just doing her
Yep,
no favors. So
it's
that's the
doing her
problem
no
there.
favors there. Yep.
If she had her point in, especially with that curved sword, she could have dropped that. Oh, did I lose my? I lost my little pen deal. There it is. She could have just come up and over and dropped the point in on the head.
I mean,
If
she could have even dropped the point into his elbow. Either way, that would at least take away part of his defense, and that would be closer than his head probably.
But yeah, she's. I don't. Granted, it might be a little bit farther in just due to the angle we're not seeing it, but it just looks
Right.
like this is too far out to the right. This is a tough position for M.
Yep. I like Gall's nice like feather touch. It's like he barely holds the sword in his hand.
Yeah. This is what I wanted to point out. I have a bad habit of doing this myself. What do you see here?
She has risen up.
Well, not so much that. Where's the
Oh
buckler?
wait, she can. Oh yeah, no, her buckler's right next to her head. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. No,
So
and she can knee walk, so
yeah,
that's not even a thing.
So I have a bad habit of doing this when I throw shots. Is I drop my buckler back instead of leaving it forward. So
yeah,
I just saw that.
I have that same issue when I fight dagger. I have a tendency to drop my dagger low when I throw a shot.
Nice into the face over top.
Yep. Gall is incredibly skilled. M is an up and comer. I mean, it's a good fight either way. She's not doing herself any favors by putting her sword out to the side quite like that.
You can see now how far out that is.
Yeah.
And what? Okay, I see now. She's trying to set up for this sweep.
Yep, she's trying to set up for the sweep, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, her right there setting up for the sweep. He just drops his sword down low and comes in with that. But ends up having to defend himself.
Yeah.
Man, the dirt out there was just horrendous.
Oh yeah, I'm still coughing it up.
Oh, me too. I went to Tariskathir practice the other night. Went to Tariskathir practice the other night and was still tasting the dirt.
Oh yeah. I think he caught her on the head while he got an arm.
Yep.
Yeah, headshot.
Nice attack on her part. That was really good. If she could have gotten her buckler up a little bit higher, I think she could have avoided that headshot. Really good attempt on her part.
And she's doing a great job. So this is first time seeing Sir Liam, newly minted Sir Liam, fighting Lordship Arion.
Yep, he had a very weird weekend.
So that's one way to put it. Straight in.
Nice shot. Straight in. Found just the smallest opening and just went right in.
So look how low that dagger is.
Yep.
It's not even low. It's not even
His
that low.
His point is a little high. His point's a little high. He doesn't even react until he's almost halfway through his attack.
Yeah, his guard is still a centimeter away from where it was. So that's the importance of setting your guard well.
Yep. So I want to point that I'm not keen on that deep lunge and landing on the heel. If he had needed to recover, quickly, he wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, so he's actually foot off the ground there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean he wouldn't have been if Arion had made the defense, Liam would have been done dead to rights.
Yeah. or would have been at least hard pressed.
Yep. Was a very nice attack on Liam. Really nice. Found the opening. Just went right in.
He's learned his
There's
lesson.
a little bit of mire from Liam.
I think, yeah, he tangled up in the dagger there with a nice little sweep of the leg.
Yep.
That's two. That's it. So nice buckler.
Nice buckler. Very good job.
Winding up
Going
big time.
Yep. Big wind up for the counter, giving Arion a lot of time. Oh.
So, okay. So yeah, this one just again unfortunate moment, right?
Yeah.
Learning experience, and you got to consider too. This is probably mesh on bib on gorget on a shirt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just one of those things.
I mean, it's one of those unfortunate spots where it's sometimes hard to. That is a deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is sometimes hard to feel it there, but he could have probably seen that bend in Liam's sword.
Yeah, like I said, we're definitely it's just an unfortunate moment and a learning opportunity.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, so it sounds like in the heat of the fight, he got contact with a dagger, so he felt that it was
Yep.
dagger contact.
Yep. Adrenaline's probably running high. Oh.
So we're talking about it. At the end of the day, it looks like he gave it to him. So.
Okay.
Or at least they're refighting. So.
Yep.
Communication is important. Talk to your marshals.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Good job talking to the marshals. I think it is an underutilized. Tool. There's that kind of high.
Barely
that
misses.
Is just
that time.
a miss. That is.
Yeah, not enough. Not enough.
Yeah, I mean it might have hit. It might not have.
Yeah, and he followed up with that poke to the center, which was perfect. I don't think that thrust, the first one, was good. I think he missed the forward pressure.
Yep.
And maybe drew back, but I wouldn't have felt that slight. There's two frames of contact.
And it might not even be contact, because look how straight that sword remains the entire time. His head is moving out. With his head moving, if there's any contact there, it is just the very, very slightest.
So then,
and that's if at all.
What's nice here, look how quickly he recovers and then takes.
Oh, maybe brings the dagger back down, throws that. Oh no, it's pretty fast at full speed. It's
there.
Pretty fast.
Great buckler work.
Oh, good buckler work. I know. Drops low, keeps the buckler in line with the sword. Very nice.
Conrad,
all right, this is the first time seeing me.
All right, let's go into this. All right.
So slip of the leg. Out. Yep, slip of the leg. I remain patient. A little bit of dagger defense.
Communication, good.
Yep.
Nice little touch on the hand.
Oh yeah, no, this is absolutely beautiful. Nice shot.
Right over top, no time to react. Beautiful shot.
I was moving my sword down to come in and possibly sweep the leg, and he just popped it right onto my hand, or right onto my arm. It's very nicely done. Hand.
Now again, we go back to the same similar conversation of overcoming that single sword. Oh wow.
So
great shot on your part, yeah, and he just didn't take advantage.
Yep. He came in low. All he got on me was my waffen.
And all you have to do is extend.
Oh yep, absolutely. Keep it down.
And he's doing nothing with his dagger.
Yep. Unfortunately, I think that was the second fight of that.
Yeah, I came to that one late.
Yep.
I was trying my best to bounce back and forth.
And here we've got Liam and Kadir. Liam was just on fire today. That day, he was
Yep.
Outstanding.
Okay. Let's see. So nice recovery. He recovered over top.
Yep. He disengaged, pulled the sword back a little bit, came in from the top.
So in
Brought his
retrospect,
hand.
yeah, that's not a good shot on either side.
Yeah, maybe.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't think. Because if anything, that's just a tap with no forward pressure. The blade doesn't move. Kadir did a great job in taking that.
Yeah.
Um,
Nope. Nope. No shot.
okay, excellent. Excellent job.
Excellent. Again, communication.
Yeah,
Communication is so important.
excellent job. So again, look at the difference in the stances here.
Yep.
So Liam and I fight very similarly, especially with
Yeah.
Buckler. And
Oh, yeah.
I like this a lot. Very forward, cutting off angles with a sword that you're able to be very deceiving in your range. That's why I like this stance. The tip could be a little bit low, but he's not quite into engagement yet. That's what I
Agreed.
love about this. This is the sport fighter rapier buckler stance that I utilize. I like this a
So
lot.
so part of his stances and part of the crossover between period and sport is just that getting that buckler out. I mean, it's good. He's covering his line.
Nice buckler on Kadir.
Nice buckler. Nice buckler work for Kadir. Kadir's got a lot of really good movement with his buckler.
I just saw something on him. Look how far forward that leg is. I'd be sweeping that.
It's a lot harder to sweep that leg than it looks because
Okay.
the sword's not too terribly high. He's giving himself a lot of time to be able to react.
I
And
was
that
gonna
was
say if he
just
almost did it.
he almost did it.
That's funny.
Kadir's being patient.
And okay, so Kadir's being patient and Liam's getting cocky. That's
Oh yeah.
where Kadir could have jumped right there, I think.
Oh yeah.
So nothing. Look at him. Yeah,
Yep.
go Kadir, straight in, guard up, and now look, see his bucklers in bad positioning,
Yep.
and Kadir's just letting him throw shots.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe cocky is the wrong word. That's an improper word.
Oh no.
Confident, overconfident.
Overconfident. I agree. I think the issue is that we were all allowing Liam to get away with his
Oh, not
thing all day.
me. I tried not to let him.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I just let him win my fight with him.
Yeah, nice little touch. That's what I was
Just
talking
barely.
about, that forward leg.
He started slipping the leg, and it just wasn't quick enough on the slip.
And that dust.
Oh, I know, so bad.
I like how Kadir's sitting back, gives him the opportunity to.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice trade. Keep
Nice,
fighting.
nice,
I like it.
nice, quick trade. Yep.
Unfortunate
Nicely
we
done.
missed it with the Marshall.
Yeah.
But pretty obvious like what happened. It's gonna be just a straight drop in point, so we can kind of assume. Yeah. So
Yeah,
straight,
he's making the attack right there,
straight drop
and we
in.
can't see. Yeah.
And you can see the angle of his sword hasn't moved, so he just dropped right in over top.
Yep. And here we've got Cathal and Eric.
Yeah, that's a weakness
Yeah.
of that buckler.
It
That
can
little
be
gap.
a weakness of that buckler. Yep.
Right in that gap.
Really nice work by Cathal to find that spot and put it in there in enough time to get there. Right. And see now he's bringing the buckler up a little bit more to give himself more time.
Nice shot.
Nice
So
shot.
that's a nice little
Unison,
payback
nice.
there.
Oh yeah.
Right over top, gets that,
Yep.
and comes back around to a bonk.
Yep.
So you can see the tip over here, but he made connection with the mask.
Yep.
Yep.
Nicely done. Again, I'm grateful that this one went 3, because it allows us to see more of this fight.
But look at Eric. Again, what I'm seeing here is I see that leg. That is very unguarded. With
The problem is it's because he's leaning back, that his leg is so badly exposed right there.
Yeah.
And so if you go back a little bit, right there. So part of what he's doing with his buckler is he's got the back of his hand essentially behind the handle, so it creates this poor angle for his buckler and is not giving him enough defense.
Yeah, so it's what it's doing for him. It's if I were holding it straight toward, it's a difference between seeing this, right?
Oh yeah.
Versus seeing
Yep.
that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So it's getting that buckler, this at least style buckler, flat to your opponent. Yeah.
Yep. Or at least near flat.
That's what I wanted to. But I think he just barely caught a tip, bounced into the buckler, but still, yeah. So that's the poor angle of the buckler there.
Yep. Absolutely. If he had been more flat, he would have had better defense on that. Would have had more time. Again, good communication.
All right.
And this is me allowing Liam to get away with everything that he does. He's going to go for my arm several times, and it's.
Yeah, right.
Yep, that's a good shot. See, you notice how I keep my buckler more square?
Look at your sword.
I know, my sword is way, way down. I gave him all the opportunity.
Oh, and he took
right
it.
There.
He took it.
He saw it.
So that's why I harp on people with resetting, right? So the amount of motion, you saw it coming. You moved.
Oh yeah.
You moved all the way from down here, and you went from here. Now, if your sword was already here, that plenty of time.
Again, I allowed him to get away with what he wants. I allowed him to play his game and didn't allow me to play mine.
Yeah,
it was a really nice shot. Beautiful. Came in. I had too far to move with the buckler in order to pick it up.
So this is kind of classic Liam's little pot shot that he does.
Oh yeah.
But if you can guard it, you've got lots of opportunity.
I could have guarded if I had kept my sword up.
So yeah, and just there it is. See what happens here. Look at that. So you can almost tell when Liam's setting up for that, he raises his point really high.
Yep, he does.
He tries to drop in over top. Was it a touch? Yeah, looked like it.
Yep.
Like a double, actually. Buckler. Yeah, buckler into the mask. Yep, okay. Yeah, and I think he took that one. Or no, I think... Oh, no, maybe you caught that full on the buckler.
I think that caught full on the buckler, and
this is the one that was taken.
Yep.
On both sides.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah, as you called out again, you've got to fight your own fight, right? So in this case, you're just allowing Liam to play his fight.
Oh, yeah. I'm entirely allowing him to play his game.
I have very little comment, like, as far as the stand, just beyond that low sword. Like, this is almost I-33-ish here.
Almost.
I like the close buckler with the sword. That works. And again, he's using a very similar guard to what I use with the cocked and ready sword.
His point could be down a little bit more. I do have my point down.
Yep, very true. And we'll see me and Liam face off a little bit later and see if I, put any of my words to practice. But yeah, so lots to talk about and see here. But it's a pretty good looking fight, I think. Yeah, nice little touch.
Yep, nice little touch.
So again, this is going to be a strength of resetting correctly. So he's here, misses that,
I
but
cut a
now
little bit of cloth.
his point's in,
I'm a
and
little bit high.
yeah, and just nice little touch. Now, for you, if you would have extended, you could have extended into face there.
Yep,
Um, but what
I could
happened
have.
was you got focused on your defense, which is natural, right?
Oh no, it absolutely is.
So, but of course, this is all hindsight
I
2020.
I started the slip. I started the slip too late. My intention on my foot was a little bit off, but I don't think it would have helped me any.
Trying to drop that point in.
Trying.
Lots of movement. I like his movement. So you'll notice that he's a very active fighter, similar
Very.
to I am. And the reason that, at least in my mind, when I move a lot like that, I'm stopping my opponent from setting. I'm constantly having to make them make adjustments. And I'm also utilizing that. It's not needless movement. It's looking for new angles. So when I'm bobbing up and down, I'm looking, hey, do I see this over here? Do I see this over here? And making those quick calculations, and doing that. So some might argue that that's unnecessary. I would argue that it does have a purpose.
Yep. His guard right here is really good. He's not giving me any openings. My buckler work here is pretty good.
Yeah, notice how he has been much higher buckler. Now he's adjusted to your elevation, so that's
Yep,
very good on his
absolutely.
part.
No, yep, absolutely.
He needs to
He's
drop
got the
that
angle cut
point.
down.
Yeah, nice little touch right over
Yep,
top.
nice.
Good
Just
fight.
barely a touch. Very good.
So this is myself and Kadir.
Yep.
So notice how I'm bouncing a little high with my point, but I'm
Yep.
generally not going below midline with my point. That's what I like to see right there, is that point right at that neck level. Now I'm kind of threatening low.
Good blade work by both of you.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit of a chop.
So he bats me down.
Yep.
Does he do anything with it? So I see it. So now I'm trying to sweep it away.
You got your
My
point
point's
in the dirt.
Look at me. He bat me down that hard.
Yeah.
Did I duck under it? I did duck under it. Oh my goodness.
Nope. There. Oh yeah, coming around that way, but he still comes in. I think it gets touched
And
right
so
here.
just a bap. Oh yeah. So it didn't. So it's got 2 frames of contact.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Maybe like an inch of push, maybe. And if there's any push on it, it's your own fault because of the direction
Yeah.
you were moving.
So, but in the moment, like I said, that's 2 frames of
Oh yeah.
video, right? And
Right. It's 2 frames. Right.
I land a thrust in a sensitive area here.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm pushing it up in a way. Yeah, you can see the bend. So I do land a thrust.
Yep.
And I knocked it up. And then I ask him about the shot. So the marshal offers an opinion and offers the opinion that it looked choppy. And,
Yep.
Kadir acknowledges that, and we continue.
Yep.
So good on Kadir.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. No, he's an incredibly honorable fighter. I'm really proud of him as he's my student.
Yep.
And I know you've been working with him as well, and I'm very
yeah.
grateful
Look
to
at that.
any additional teaching.
Look at that arm definition. Hoo-hoo.
I know, man. Wow.
We can wear short sleeves now. You can see that kind of thing.
I know.
Look at that. So this is pretty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This
I
is
agree.
right where I want my sword to be. I am pointed. If he were to walk in on it, I can extend, and at least I'm hitting there. He is right in the same avenue where if I walk in, he's right in on it. I just want to see him bring that buckler out a little bit farther.
Yep.
But this is pretty for him.
Oh yeah.
He's not the closest target is potentially a hand, but there's nothing there. This is great for him.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm just
So
trying to create opportunities. And he got
so
me.
I want to comment a little bit on your stance as well. You've got almost a Meyer thing going on. Even though I know you're a sport guy, your lines are really good. Your back is straight. Even though you're at a forward angle with it, it's really good form. Your your movement is fantastic. But in this particular instance, he just does a really good job of getting that point on inside.
So nice sweeps. I should have extended. Well,
Oh
I
yeah.
tried to extend.
Oh yeah. Look
He
at
did a
this.
great job.
Look at that.
Swept me out. Oh my God,
Yep.
this is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Does
He's
he
got
come back on?
absolute control.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Absolute
And
control
I just
of
missed.
your sword.
Look at
Yep.
that point all the way behind him.
Yep.
That is
Absolute control of your sword.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Great
Such a
shot.
pretty shot. Such a pretty shot.
Great job. Oh, Dusty.
Oh, I know. Just watching this video, I can taste the dirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice cut.
So I saw
Nice
something.
cut in the midsection.
I saw it and I missed it, and then he opened it back up after I went for it the first time.
Yep.
So I saw when he
Yep.
attacked,
Right.
I saw the little gap and I missed it,
Uh-huh.
and I blocked that outside shot.
So
And
that
then when we
was
reset. Go ahead.
very dangerous on your part if he
Oh
had
yeah.
really decided to push that advantage because his sword was hidden behind your cloak.
Oh yeah. But then I saw him raise
Oh yeah.
up
Good cut
and
right here, man.
just,
So beautiful, man. Nicely
and
done.
then that just flat on the sword.
Yep,
He's
flat on the back of the hand, if anything. A lot of
and he
flat coming up. Yeah.
bounced up maybe into an arm.
Yep.
So. Oh yeah, and then I acknowledged the arm. So.
Yep, absolutely. Very nicely done.
Good fight.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, this one's got potential to be interesting too.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
very nice. This is the downside to keeping your buckler
Yep.
that close to your body.
We've mentioned it a couple times.
Yeah,
Extend that
absolutely.
buckler.
Yeah, and look, he bats at the sword, gets just the tip of his dagger on the on Cathal's sword, and forcing Cathal to disengage with his sword, bringing it all the way back, and then just launches that attack.
All right, so again,
It's just beautiful.
buckler is here, cutting off.
Oh
What
yeah.
angle? Cutting off this angle, right?
Oh yeah.
If
Oh yeah.
the buckler were out here,
Yep.
that angle would potentially be cut off.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wow.
Good shot. Nice work by Arion right there.
Nice shots.
And apparently I thought it was a nice shot then too.
Yeah. Right.
Nice little cut. Okay, a little.
Yeah.
Took a minute. Okay,
Took a minute.
just a
Took
late.
him a second.
Yeah, just a. I don't know if we need to look too much into that, but just
Nah. Yeah,
Yeah,
just took him
nice
a
little
second to recognize the leg shot. It happens,
Yep.
especially this late in a tournament.
All right, so now we're into
Here
finals.
we are.
So what had happened in the tournament? We had gotten down to a final 3 at this point, I believe.
No.
So.
Well,
Or no,
maybe...
this is final. No, this is final 4. I think this is the first.
This is final 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your first fight with Liam.
But now, buckler and sword is my jam. I love buckler and sword, and Liam had come into this clean, so he had no defeats at this point, I believe.
Yep.
So I endeavored to give him the best fight that I could. Yeah, but as I mentioned, we fight very similarly.
I like his low. I like that you guys go from low to high, both of you. It's really good. It changes the angle. Doesn't allow your opponent to really set.
So
Nice shot.
So yeah, this is just that quick. So now the difference between how Liam and I accomplished that, Liam launches into it.
Oh yeah.
I don't so much launch. I take a small stutter, but
Yep.
I'm still solid a
Well,
little
so
bit.
what you've done is you've moved in through all your posturing. You've moved in or allowed him to move into your range, as opposed to Liam, who just launches in.
Yeah. So again, my argument that I need to fix that I talked about before is look at my buckler position. This is horrible. He could just
Oh
extend
yeah.
into my side.
Oh no,
This
no, right,
buckler
absolutely.
needs to stay extended and potentially under my arm to guard here.
Agreed. No, I
So
agreed.
yeah, really poor buckler position. I could have gotten caught.
It could have been a double, but that was still a really nice shot.
So Liam knows we know each other's games. Yeah, so now he started looking for my foot and he
Yep.
landed it pretty well.
Yep.
Oh, so dangerous.
Yep.
He should have
Nice
advanced on
job of
me.
getting that buckler. Yep, he did a good job of getting the buckler in the way, but
Yeah, and I got
nice.
caught
Yeah.
that time going for it. So let's
Yep.
see. Oh yeah, I raised up and just got
Yeah.
caught for it.
Yep.
And he's guarding that head, which is a little unnecessary. I think he was worried about getting pot shotted again, but
I mean,
doesn't
his
matter if you
body
land
is
your shot
mostly
first.
yeah. His body's mostly out of the way anyways. At that point, because he's just upper body so forward. I mean, his core is just so far back from where you're at that point.
Yep. So I think, fortunately, I think Marshall gets in the way of this final shot.
Yeah, maybe.
Watch your daddy. I know. Watch your daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, Marshall gets in the way of the shot. So what happened was very similar to that last bout. He goes for my foot, but as he does, I reach up over top of the buckler and tag him in the side of the head. Let's see if I might be able to kind of see something. So there's the foot, and then I'm reaching up over top, and he's really low. And you can see the bend in the blade, and I tag him in the side of the head. Right there. So that's what happened there. And this is your finals fight with Arion.
Yep.
Lots of sweeping.
Yep.
Oh, there was a hit there. Okay, I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So let's see.
Defense of the buckler, sweep.
There it is. Okay.
Molinet right up into the face.
Let's back up a little bit further to look at that. So, sweeping from the outside, he goes for the dagger.
Force him back. Molinet. Rust.
Nice, yep, and he's just
Right
late.
past his
Okay.
dagger, and
Yep,
he's moved his face right into the way.
Yeah, and again, we play with metal swords, guys, right? Sometimes we're gonna get hard shots, and we're especially in that instance where Arion was stepping in, and it's good, good on your part to recognize the potential hard shot and the communication. So.
Yep. Okay, because he answers right back with one.
We'll see.
I mean, not to the face, but
yeah. Let's look at this. So, that picture perfect. Picture perfect. Both sides. This I maybe flatten out that buckler a little bit.
Maybe.
But
maybe. So what I'm doing there is I'm trying to force him to take a shot at my face.
Okay.
That is me providing an invitation for him to take that shot at my face, so I can either use knock rise and fall back a little bit and then relaunch into an attack. But he doesn't bite. So
okay. And then looking at Arion, I'm seeing maybe an overhand into the wrist here.
Yeah, I mean that's what I go for essentially is I see that opening for the hand and I take a shot at it. But he makes a defense. He moves his dagger just enough to prevent me getting the shot in.
Okay. Real low guard on his side.
Yep,
I
good
think
second effort on his
I
part right
think
there.
your tip got caught in his key-ons.
Might have.
It
Yep.
did. Okay, so you
Yep.
got a hand there while he went in underneath.
Yep.
And then did he recover? Yep, and he went for
Yep.
another shot.
Oh yeah, he recovered. He disengaged from my buckler and came right in. A little bit on the stout side, but I mean it's fine. These things happen.
Yep.
Kind of heat of the moment, late in the game.
Yeah.
Yep. Good again. Second effort. Nice disengage to come in.
I
And
think you get the block, and then he resets into another shot. Or no, that one.
nope, that was the shot. So I get the block down low. He's
Yep,
all
but
tied up in my waffen, and then comes in and just gets just barely any touch right there.
Nice.
I mean, I more heard that than felt it.
Now this is so I'm again not filming at this point because I'm trying to get ready for a potential fight.
Yep.
Must have missed what happened there. Let's see. Well, let's continue if there was nothing worth. Just messy.
Yep. Kind of sloppy shot on the arm.
Yeah, and after
leg.
stuff like that, you can talk about okay, what did we feel and stuff like that. Yeah, just a little bit messy, and I mean those happen. It happens.
Yep. I mean, a sword is still a sword at the end of the day.
Yep.
Good back and forth.
Going for that hand that I saw earlier.
Oh yeah.
Close.
Close. Yep. A lot of thinking going on here.
Yeah, this is chess.
Yep. This is chess at its finest, practically. Looking for those openings.
Close.
Close, I know.
Yeah, little touch.
Yep.
Just chess. Great control, both sides.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here's that second fight. Good buckler defense there for that quick shot. I think he was trying to think he could end it really quick.
Man, that's so bad, Nobbsy. And watch, look, great buckler spot. I throw my shot, and it just comes backwards. Just looking at the buckler, like,
Yeah.
it comes backwards.
Yep.
I need to fix that.
Good buckler work on his part. Yeah, and he's throwing shots and his buckler's coming back sometimes too.
Yeah, so on that one, he got a leg while I reached over and tapped an arm.
Yep. It's actually kind of a good trade on your part because this allows you to turtle up a bit.
Yeah,
And I mean, while he's got mobility and maybe reach, because you're stuck on your knees, you know, I mean, he's only got the one point.
Oh, so dangerous. Why am
So
I doing
I
that?
know. Good job there.
Yeah, again, this is just rough. Everything is closed off.
Yep.
He's doing a great job with the single sword defense. I'm just looking for gaps that I can create or waiting for movement.
Absolutely.
Oh, so I think I remember what happened. Let's have a look. If I go I
It's a little
land
bit of
that?
movement on his part to get out of the way.
I fall.
Yep.
He should have got me there. Oh, I blocked. Okay, I
No,
batted
you
away.
blocked it with your buckler. Very nice job. Good
And then
recovery.
I'm
He
back
comes
in.
marching right back in, and your sword is just more online.
And he got the arm, I think they're on a point, but I'm inside body.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
might have just been cloth.
yeah. So I'm inside body. There's my sword bend,
Yep,
and he's on
yep,
the arm.
yep.
There he is. Again, the final shot on this one, unfortunately, is blocked.
Ah,
Oh, I remember this now.
yeah. This was another pretty good fight.
This was So he was trying to acknowledge a shot that he thought I landed on
Yep,
his bib, and it just
yep.
wasn't there.
Nope,
So I didn't
wasn't
want him
there.
to take it. For whatever reason, something was very interesting on the ground.
I love that moment. This is why we pay attention. I mean, you had him dead to rights. Appreciate though that you're such a sportsman that you just didn't, run him through.
Oh, it was funny.
It was such a great moment.
Our new princess laughing at this. I think this was one of her first experiences with this, so I'm glad that she got to
Yep.
experience that a little bit.
You do a better job there of keeping the buckler in the way as you throw your shots, but I mean
But what he did that was beautiful is he double tapped. He went right one after the other, and he landed one right on basically a sternum shot on me.
Yep.
So first shot, I parried. I tried to sweep for a leg.
You did.
And there's that shot right there. That's the one that landed.
Yep. As he's coming down, making his fall, he taps you. Taps you is really nice.
Yeah. So I'm a huge proponent.
Great effort.
Huge proponent of keeping fighting when you're legged. Like keep going.
Oh yeah, sure.
Do not stop.
Yep.
So the reason I included this, I wanted to include this for a couple of reasons. I appreciate Liam's honor on this, and I also just pointing out again that we play a game with swords, right? And at times things are going to happen, and I think both fighters in this case, they dealt with it appropriately in Liam taking back the shot, and additionally we didn't allow the sword to stay in. The tip didn't go back as quickly as it should have.
Yeah, that was a super stout shot.
Yeah, and that was the kind of the dangers of him launching into it. Well, generally he is controlled with it, and you can see how badly the tip's bent there.
Oh yeah.
Generally he's controlled with it, but that's a risk. And
it is absolutely
is what it is. So you can see I'm handing off my sword so that he can continue fighting.
And then at some point I hand you my sword to go in there in the event that you had to go back in there.
Spoiler alert, never had to use it.
Never had to use it. But good on Liam for calling back that shot.
Yeah, that was absolutely the right thing to do.
Yep, I agree.
Close.
Yep.
But just messy in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really much to say. Just messy in the corner. Something landed.
Yeah.
It's hard to call out stuff like that. So again, we're back to our chess match.
Yep. Too much movement on Liam.
Yeah.
He's rocking those back and forth too much. Yeah, basically interchanging the height of the sword and this. See, now he does a better job. He calms down just a little bit. Nicely done.
So the end of the day, that one was. Oh wait, did I put two angles of this in? I did put two angles of this. Okay, sure. Why not? So to talk about how to from this disadvantageous position, right? I would argue that at times it's not a disadvantage. Because
Agreed.
they have to come to you, and if that's your game like mine, then I'm all for it. So things that you're going to be looking for, especially with the buckler, I'm looking for them to get overconfident, and I'm generally going to try to countershoot. As
Hmm.
soon as I see movement, I'm going to be extending into them.
Yep.
Um, Now the other way around, where you have the uh, the fighter legged, and you have the advantage. You need to pick apart your opponent because this is dangerous for the
It is.
not legged fighter. So here, look at your closest targets. You see this hand again. Can you pop a shot over to the forearm? Bait out your opponent to throw a shot and then maybe land a head or something in there. It's really challenging, especially with skilled fighters like this, to accomplish stuff like that. But yeah, just a quick commentary on that
Oh,
front.
yeah.
And there it is.
Yep. Nicely done. Good dagger work.
And that was the tournament. Or no, we had
Yep.
one more little go at it and finished it off just for fun.
Yep.
Good deal. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Fantastic deal.
good stuff. So Heinrich, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me.
You're welcome. I am looking forward to the next time we get to do this.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. And again, if anybody, if you've taken the time to watch this whole video with us, I greatly appreciate you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on any of the socials with the Kingdom of Atenveldt, or
Yep.
if you would like.
Or myself.
Yep, or with Heinrich. Again, my name is Kevin Kessler on socials if you want to find us there.
And I am David Clementi on socials.
Excellent, excellent. And feel free to leave comments. I'll do my best to answer questions there. And keep fighting, keep getting better, everyone. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Goodbye.